what Judgment Day member did Becky Lynch date recently revealed that she dated the man. During an appearance on The Bump, Becky said Rhea Ripley needs to know this and even hinted at where some of the group's real loyalties may lie, pointing out she's also known J.D. McDonough since he began wrestling training at age 12. Gunther joining Elite Club at WrestleMania 40. Last but not least, add Gunther to the Elite Club of Intercontinental Champions who have performed at WrestleMania. Wrestling Stats recently tweeted, Randy Savage 86-87, Ultimate Warrior 89-90, The Rock 97-98, Gunther 23-24, with Savage and Gunther's reigns being part of the same uninterrupted reign for both defenses. Sami Zayn is set to challenge Gunther for the title, and fans are eager to see whether Sami can do the seemingly impossible, dethrone Der Ring General. Well, guys, there you have it. WrestleMania's look at the 29th March edition of SmackDown, as well as the wildest news, stories, and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content. YouTube Music is a music app with
Is there a track meet at Cincinnati? Bearcats University? Those are black Bearcat out shirts. Bearcat logo in the middle of the field. This is the University of Cincinnati. Nice place. No, I haven't been there. I've been by it. That's what it looks like. They got the good shit. And you don't. Their shit looks completely normal to me. People chilling. Actually, it's a communist style exercise regime.
Number 3 is off to a fair start. Keep an eye on the clock on the infield just past the finish line. Remember, 21:54 is the time to beat.
I didn't think I would be watching a damn race.
And at the line, unofficially.
Hey, we went all the way around. Not bad. You know, I can see the Bearcats are having a show. We see the arena one lap. Shared it with my audience. Now I can watch.
Next event on the track will be the women's 5,000.
Northern Kentucky was second place in that race.
University of Cincinnati Invitational Champion in the men's 200-meter dash with a time of 21.54 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Beret of Mount Union. Congratulations.
The old, if you win, the announcer will say your name. Oh, wow. Oh, you said my name. It's after lunch. I'm about to head out. Gotta leave a like on my stream. Yeah, 5 minutes into my show, I load my show. Rambo fan club. Yeah, this episode today is just a Rambo fan club. Okay. You can call me Rambo. Excuse me. I'm not gonna leave a comment in chat because I'm not trying to be there. Everywhere. April Fools. Everybody's kind of leaning towards producing an April Fool's joke right now, or distributing an April Fool's joke early. Bad decision. Forgetting it's April Fool's. Embracing April Fool's, and my birthday is so close to April Fool's that I have to. That's one of the reasons I'm paranoid, because right when you get the good shit, they start bullshit. And only in the last 4 years or 3 years or even 2 years do I feel acutely aware of April Fool's Day. Like, it's not April Fool's Day today, but you should yell April Fools at the first person you see. Just so they... something bad doesn't happen to them. You'll end up, Montenegro will be European, like April Fools. Okay. Damn, Jake from Tree has been killing it today. Let's listen to Jake. Okay. This is the third Jake from Tree video I've had today. He just posted 24 minutes ago.
You may be tempted to do a guild merger because your guild is not able to fully staff a raid team, and I want to convince you that that is, one, really painful, and that it most likely won't work for you. But more importantly, I want to show you a better way to really get your result. Let me describe the problem that is most likely within your head right now. I could pug. I know I can pull off bugging.
I pug.
It's painful. I don't want to do it, and also my guildies don't like it. The raids cannot start reliably on time, and it makes it a bad experience for me and my raiders. I think that over time, if I cannot very rapidly get the raids to be a certain way, I will lose the people I have, potentially at a faster rate than I can recruit people. Or at least that I will go insane before I'm able to fully staff a raid team without merging. This is probably a thought you've had. And really, what your true problem is you need to be able to start a raid on time and have the raids go fairly well. That's the real problem you need to solve. Most likely,
it's the raid leader's problem.
With the size of your social environment.
Yeah, fuck Jake from Tree.
Other than the way it impacts your raiding abilities.
Fuck this guy.
So you just need to find some people to pad out your raid team. But it doesn't even have to be your raid team. They just have to pad out the raid that you're in week to week. It could be different people even. So how are you going to pull this off? You're going to find other guilds that have the same pain points as you. They're everywhere. Running a guild fucking sucks. It's rewarding, but it fucking sucks, okay? So it's not too hard to find people that feel like this. I've had these feelings before too. You're going to hit them up, and you're going to construct an offer for them that's going to make you both win, okay? So maybe you have 10 people. You find another guild that's 10 people. Let's work together. We're going to both be trying to have our own teams. We want to have our own banners with a full raid team one day. So we're not going to do this forever. This isn't a merger. But in the short term, it's going to save myself and yourself, both raid leaders and GMs.
Two caravan teams never saved any guild.
Which makes it hard to start on time.
Two 10-mans doesn't work.
Raids kind of suck. Okay.
Jake from Tree's a moron.
Assuming the raid's not super hard, pretty much any guild will be able to provide you with the other players who are good enough and have enough respect for the team that the raids will go fine. All right. If they make the raids really hard, this will maybe not be the case. But I don't think they're going to. So how do you make this deal work better if, let's say, you don't have 10 people? Maybe you have 5 people. Hey man, it's still easy. Find somebody who has 15 people. Or find somebody who has 10 people and say, I'll recruit the last 5 pugs. You only need to get 5 pugs. Much easier to start on time for 20, man. How do you do that? Pre-signups. Okay, when you're just online, You post a macro that says looking for people at this time, and get like 20 people to tell you they're going to show up, because you're going to see the no-call, no-show rate with strangers is really high. Most people are scumbags and will waste your time for no reason. If you've ever ran a business or done any form of sales, you'll be familiar with this, intimately familiar with it, that other people are willing to waste an insane amount of your time to save themselves from having to simply say that they're going to do something different than they promised you. So, I'm sure you've experienced that before, and that's the reason you're on this video. You resolve that by just, while you're on, posting a macro and collecting a big list of people, and let them know that it's going to be first come, first served day of, and if they're on an hour early, they're going to for sure get the slot. Easy. Problem solved. So now your problem has become this. You have 5 guys. You need to log in 1 hour before raid. Fill with the pugs. Get like 5 pugs. The other guild, they're going to get the other people. Your raid starts on time. The raid will work reasonably good too, because you're going to have, instead of adverse selection, which occurs when you just have totally random people and you don't have the time for them to log on, which is going to encourage casuals who are very uninvested. You're instead going to have the exact opposite of that, because you're going to have pugs that want to commit to showing up on time, and only the ones who show up on time will have shown up. Interesting. So you get higher quality pugs doing this too. And now you've made it so you can spend 1 hour to get a raid to start on time instead of who knows how much time. This is true regardless of the people you currently raid with. You can do this if you're a one-man band and you're
Raider.
like, I want to start a guild. You could find a guild and be like, a guild that's looking to
One-man
merge with
raider.
a bunch of people and be like,
That's what I am.
will do all the
There's no
recruiting.
players of my
I'll
caliber,
fill it.
so we
We'll
don't
start
look.
on time. Bring your 5, 10, 15 boys. Let me raid lead, or you can let them raid lead, however you want to do it. And then you can talk to them maybe about a couple items. Maybe you can...
I love having a blast. A Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Alien abduction, having a blast.
It all starts here. By uniting the world in passion, commitment, and care, we turn the impossible into possible. Celebrate every triumph.
Be like, hey, we'll hard reserve an item. It can go to you. That way it's easier for them to say yes. Explain to them what you're getting out of the deal. Explain to them what they're going to get out of the deal. Talk about their pain points, the things that they hate. You know, you're going to have to hit up a few people to get somebody to bite on this, because most people aren't creative like this. They haven't done real negotiation. They think that negotiation is you get a job offer and you're like, I'd like more money. That's not really negotiating, guys, okay? Although you should do that when you get an offer, because it often works. Because when you get job offers, you're negotiating with HR quite often, and it's not their money they're spending if they give you more. So quite often you'll get it. But that's not what the video's about. You will have to hit a few people up. I don't know, like maybe 5, maybe 10. Somebody is going to take this deal because it makes a lot of sense, and it sucks trying to get a group started, all right? You'll see it everywhere. People looking for merges, they know the risks of merging, but the little voice in their head's telling them, this is the way to get out of the hard work, guys. We're just going to merge. It's totally going to work for us, even though it usually does not end up very well. Merging dilutes your ability to have a vision as a leader, because you're going to have to compromise. It's a requirement, of course, if you're going to merge. And that's giving up your greatest asset as a guild leader or a raid leader.
It's like listening to
Compromising
chat.
your unique vision. If
My
at nothing
channel.
else, it's the greatest asset to yourself. But assuming that you're pretty committed and you build some skills, it'll be the greatest asset to your team, too. I'd say that my greatest skill in WoW is being fucking awesome at negotiating, and I don't do it by getting more shit from people. I always give them a better end of the deal than I get, because that makes finding someone who accepts the offer really easy. Super, super easy. Which, learned that from this guy, in case you've ever seen Alex Ramosi. He's the fucking man. But, yeah, like, that's what it's all about. Craft an offer that, if the other side accepts it, it's going to resolve all your problems with your raid team. Of course, it'll be temporary. One of your 2 teams, either theirs or yours, is going to staff before the other one does. That's fine. Agree that you're going to give each other as much notice as possible. Preferably have a set amount of days, but, you know, it's quite likely that the other side would maybe renege on that a little bit. So just accept that you might go back to ground zero 2 days before the run or a day before the run and have to bug. Whatever, you're back to where you were. find another group, do another joint venture for a little bit. I've done it quite a few times in the past. I did it a bunch of times before I had a real guild of my own.
Pussy face.
And I also did it with alt runs while I had a really good guild. And it was fine. We ran with some guys in a guild named Instability for like 3 weeks. They were fucking phenomenal
15 minutes into my
players,
show, chat shows up.
They filled up their group. I would say that they provided better players than us. And then eventually they wanted to go their own way. And I was like, good luck, dude. It was awesome playing with you. You've taught my guys something. You've made my life easier. And I was thrilled to have had the short-term little venture with them. Some of my guildies and officers didn't understand it. They thought that it was unfair that these guys didn't want to stay with us forever. I was like, what are you talking about? This is great for both parties. Try to find ways to get everybody to win, but don't use a merger. Do not do it. It won't work. I've done a merger once. That guild that I ran, where I merged in with another one, it still exists. I'm no longer a part of it. I left it. Over time, the vision shifted out from under me, and I decided I need to make a whole new organization and leave behind a whole bunch of friends. It was super fucking dramatic. The reason that it went that way is because although I merged with a guy that I fully trusted, and that for the most part treated everybody well, he at one point promoted a bunch of people to be officers that really should not have been officers. But honestly, even if you got 7 angels to be officers, it wouldn't work out good. There's just too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Doesn't work. And then eventually my co-GM, he developed some medical problems with substances and became quite aggressive and offended a lot of people consistently for weeks and weeks. And I had to have him removed, and it was painful. It was super painful. And I would say that our merger went really good. The result of it was there's a guild that still exists today that's like 5 years old, and people still play in it, and they're happy, and they're very good friends. And I'm not a part of it, and he's not a part of it either. So I'd say
Is
at
this
least
some kind
for
of
us,
April
and
Fool's
for,
where Jake from Tree
I don't know, probably like 75 other people from other raid
complains
teams that are
that
no
his
longer part of
guild
that
from
guild
5
over
years is still playing
bad.
without him?
And I would say it went pretty optimally as far as mergers go. Do not subject yourself to that. You will most likely not have a similar enough vision to another team to have it work out smoothly. Something bad will likely happen eventually. And you've probably heard of mergers not working well in the past from other people you've talked to. If you're thinking of running a guild, or even if you just are interested in the nonsense people subject themselves
Just
to
agreeing
run a
with
guild.
people in chat is merging.
Avoiding potential sources of absolute failure is
Like-
much more
like my
important
chat.
than getting a short-term benefit when it comes to running
Because
a guild.
fuck my chat.
What are things you need to dodge?
My
To
chat.
dodge the chance for social cohesion to evaporate.
You fucked.
Very, very important. You need to dodge the chance that your authority gets
Fuck
completely
you.
debased for reasons beyond yourself being bad at leadership. You know, because of course there's no solution to that. If you just suck at leading people and you're a dick, you're going to lose your guild eventually anyways. But you shouldn't take excess risk for no reason. Because unlike the real world, you don't have a chance of hitting it so far out of the park that it makes it so that way you
Shoot
have
your way
like
out of
20
town.
guilds. You know, it's not like you merge with a guild and it works out so good that you end up in charge of 3,000 people and you have an infinite awesome raids. That's not a possibility. In the real world, you know, companies can merge and
Hit
stuff
the
and it can make
bell.
sense. But you can really hit it out of the park in the real world. And here you have
Hit the
very little
bell.
to it.
Come on,
It's super
come on.
constrained. Like you can have 1 or 2 excellent raid teams, but regardless of if you have the 1 or 2, you take all the negatives of merging either way. Don't take them. Don't take them. Do temporary joint ventures with people. Negotiate a deal. Have the deal be better for the other party than yourself. And explain to them why you'd want to do it. You'll see a lot of people will say yes. And the ones who will say no, you probably don't want to work with because they're not very logical. Working this way, you're going to accidentally select people who think like you and that really value the right things. Whereas when you do a merger, you know what you select for? You select for the lazy. You select for the impatient. You select for those that don't have a clear vision for the future.
Like my
This is called
chat.
adverse selection. It'd be like deciding that you're going to make a car insurance company where what you try to do is service a population mostly of felons who have financial crimes. They
My
aren't
chat.
going to be serviced.
and you're totally going to be able to find a way to accurately price for them, right? Or maybe they'll just rob you. I have a Discord server. There's a lot of guild leaders in it, and a lot of arsers in it. If you're looking for people
I have a
to
Discord
do a joint
with
venture
officers and
maybe you could find people in it. The link is in the channel description.
No,
I don't
Jake.
want to put
This
it
guy is
in
also kind
here
of stupid.
because then it will have a whole lot of bots get attracted
He's
to
trying
it.
to
and they will
recruit
put
for his guild.
Pornographic spam, as I'm sure you've seen in Discords before.
Ooh,
So if that's
pornographic
something that's
spam.
interesting to you, check the channel description, join the Discord. It's not set up as a community one.
Look.
I think that's
Look. This Jake from Tree. It's got me fucking. Oh yeah, man, more fight this fuck. Hey, you know what? We quit World of Warcraft because it's full of morons who want to hang out. The basis of the game is that you're stuck hanging out with people and nobody likes each other. End of story. So maybe there's 2 people who are having sex out of 10. Why the fuck are you hanging out and trying to play with them? Go fuck somebody. Go fuck yourself. Okay? You know, maybe the guild master and his wife think you're too much a pervert. The average chatter. You know, don't even bother competing in a 19-year-old game. There's plenty of MMOs for Steam Deck. Bro, you can't even play this shit on Steam Deck. Game's dead. It's the year 19. Wait till the year 20, man. Come on. It's phase 2, season of discovery. Man, can't you? You gotta be so serious. You know, the best time to be serious is April Fools, because everybody's trying to catch you. And when you take everything serious on April Fools, like I do, I don't think it's funny because I fall for every joke. Every single joke is gonna get me. But I'm gonna try to collect it. I don't give a shit. The other person can laugh. I don't care. I'm still gonna be like, squeeze him like an orange. Get something out of it. Get something out of it. Now I load my chat. You see half it's disappeared. Half my chat's disappeared. We're up 1 sub. Thank you. Let's enjoy the radio noise.
And all that, but until you have somebody who's like on the ground, in the dugout, in the clubhouse, like, I see it, man.
They're complaining about insider information because they're saying your information didn't come from inside the dugout. You're not actually a player. You weren't in the raid. You didn't ever kill Nefarian. You died at Ragnaros. Come on, bro. What are they gonna do? Cry about my raid logs? Yeah, that's what they do. They kill all the trash before they start the boss, and they say, "Oh, look how fast!" That's what I mean. That's all Jake is getting. Jake can't compete with Dwarf Lord. Basically, Jake can't beat my two of my favorite YouTubers, who are the speedrunners in raiding. You know what? Dwarf Lord has a raid spot reserved for me, so I can go on a 45-minute Naxxramas. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Jake from Tree can't get a 10-man raid filled. And we're talking about Dwarf Lord is gonna fill a 40-man raid and give me a spot. Man, Jake from Tree can't fill his 10-man raid, and he merged his he complained about 5 years ago someone hijacked his guild. That must be an April Fool's joke. There was a point in that video Oh, McZizzle is going live. I'll click that. Okay. There was a point listening to Jake right there. I was like, no, this is actually an April Fool's joke, because he can't be serious about showing up late. You get a GD if you show up for late. That's a DKP reduction. You go down. I always show up on time when I play World of Warcraft. I've never showed up late. Hey, I fucking miss a raid. I'll miss a raid, but I ain't gonna show up 5 minutes late. And that's primarily from 2005 until 2011. You know, like 6-year run. Practice. Who cares about how much? Have improved raid logs. Not worried about, and still never gonna worry about damage. We're just asking for mobility, equality. Like, just have all the players move at the same speed, and the damage is irrelevant. Too slow is too slow. McZizzle is putting in her earbuds. Ban Maller just yelling on the radio. I got my boots on, shoes on. Guys, gotta go outside and have fun today. Check in next time. We'll see what I'm on.